Hello and welcome back to Women's Football Talk, the YouTube channel that brings you all the latest news and stories from around the world of women's football. And today we're looking at our final group of this Olympics preview, and that is Group C. So let's head straight into it. We start off with Spain, who are coached by Montse Tomé. The way the Spanish qualified was by winning the UEFA Nations League, and obviously these are going to be the team to beat throughout this Olympics. They are the Nations League holder, as I just mentioned. They're the World Cup winners. They are such a strong team. They are the best in women's football at this minute in time, and it is going to be hard for anyone to beat Spain. This is the first ever Olympic tournament, however, so maybe that changes a few things, but over the past 12-18 months we have seen Spanish football at its absolute best at the senior level, and it is such a strong squad. You're thinking, how can anyone topple them? I mean, just looking at some of the names on here, you got obviously Ballon d'Or winner Aitana Bonmati, former Ballon d'Or winner Alexia Putellas, you've got Mariana Caldente, Salma Pariuelo. Like, this squad is full of crazy depth, and with how they're playing so far, it's going to be hard for anyone to knock them off the perch, and you wouldn't be surprised if you see them in the latter rounds of the Olympics later on and possibly winning gold medal. It is going to be such a fantastic time for Montse Tomé's team, and I think they are really going to be tough to beat going forward. Next up we have Japan, and they are coached by Futisha Hideki. How they qualified was finishing third round winners in the AFC qualifying tournament, beating North Korea 2-1 on aggregate. They have appeared at 5 previous Olympics: Tokyo, London, Beijing, Athens and Atlanta, and their previous best was back in 2012 when they finished as runners-up, taking home the silver medal 12 years ago. Now, some things of this Japan team, again, they are full of quality players, as we look at the likes of Riko Ueki, who's played in the WSL, Yui Hasegawa, Hinata Miyazawa, Kiko Seke, who had a fantastic World Cup, Fuku Nagana as well. So they are full of a lot of top talents in this Japanese side, and we know what they are very capable of doing in tournaments gone past in recent years. And I think it wouldn't be surprised if Japan can do quite well. I don't see them getting all the way to the medal matches, although obviously you can be proven wrong in this situation, but they definitely have the qualities of a strong team. And I think players you've got to look at, obviously, how Hinata Miyazawa is playing. Maika Hamano, the young forward who is at Chelsea, coming back off her injury that she had, she's still expected to be a very strong player for the Japanese side, and one that I think can definitely cause a few surprises in this group. Next up we have is Nigeria, led by head coach Randy Waldrum. How they qualified was through the African Olympic qualifying tournament, which they won. They have appeared at 3 previous Olympic Games: Sydney in 2000, Athens in 2004 and Beijing in 2008. This best that they have done was quarterfinalists in 2004. So Nigeria obviously have been away for the Olympics for 20 or nearly 20 years now, 16 years. Again, though, if we look back at the World Cup last year, a lot of these teams, you can obviously look back on how they did at the World Cup. They did quite well. They did a last of 16 tournament where they lost to England on penalties, but Nigeria since then are looking like a really strong squad. You look at Asia Ashwala, one of the best players in world football, heading over to the United States. You look at Rasheedat Abajide, you look at Uchenna Kanu, who's been absolutely fantastic for Racing Louisville. So again, they've got a lot of strong players in that squad, and anyone who watched the Champions League last season will know, obviously, of their goalkeeper Chiemeka Nnadozie, who was absolutely fantastic, knocked out Arsenal and Wolfsburg, and then was fantastic throughout the rest of the tournament for Paris FC, and then was just absolutely an all-round top keeper, including in the World Cup as well. So I think Nigeria, again, it's going to be such a tough group for them to come out of when you look at the likes of Brazil and Spain and Japan, who I would say are slightly better, well prepared and well versed in the women's game for a Olympic tournament than what Nigeria are. I think that's why they've got that underdog mentality about them, and they haven't really got anything to lose or prove. It's just about putting the pride for themselves, and I think Nigeria are definitely capable of doing that on any day. And then when you've got Asia Ashwala up top. She's obviously capable of scoring goals left, right and centre, as we saw when she was at Barcelona and since heading over to the NWSL with Bay FC. Finally, the last team that we'll be looking at is, of course, Brazil, who are led by Arthur Elias. How they qualified was winning the 2022 Copa America Femenina. This will be their 8th participation at a World Cup. They played at Atlanta in 96, Sydney, Athens, Beijing, London, Rio and Tokyo. They have been runners-up twice, in Athens in 2004 and then in Beijing in 2008. But for Brazil, it's a very strong squad. Obviously, we know who's going to be leading the line. Legend, that is Marta of the Orlando Pride. And again, they've got quite a few Orlando Pride players in this squad. You look at Rafaeli in the defence, who people will know from her time at Arsenal. Adriana as well in the forward line, and then some of the other players that you may know. Carolyn, who had a really bad injury last season, she's coming back into it for the North Carolina Courage. So it's a very experienced squad. One obviously surprise admission from this is there is no place for Debinha, who we know is absolutely quality in the forward get part of the game for Brazil. It's one where I'm not too sure how this Brazil team can do. Obviously they've got the quality, they've got the legend that is Marta, who words cannot just do her justice, but I don't know how they can do. They are still, like I said, strong players and strong squad, but I just don't see them potentially going all the way to a medal match later on in the tournament. But you never know, of course, surprises can happen. Let me know in the comment section below your predictions for Group C, and don't forget that the Olympics start this Thursday, the 25th of July, and run through till the 10th of August. In the meantime, make sure you like and subscribe and turn on the post notification bell so you never miss a video of ours. Make sure you're following us on X and Instagram. Just search Women Football Talk on both, and make sure you check out our article on womensfootballtalk.substack.com, where we have a full article of not just Group C but all the other groups as well at this Olympic Games. And in the meantime, we'll see you soon.